morning, everybody. Laura here. It's been a little while since I've gone live, so I wanted to pop in this morning. I'm trying to connect on 2 different devices, so if you're on my live page and I lose the top of my head, that's why. So I just wanted to pop in and show you what I'm making for breakfast. I am having super simple. I just worked out and my body's like, ah. So I am having an apple and then oatmeal and literally a bag of veggies that were in the freezer that my awesome parents left for me, and eggs. So I'm using the 10-inch nonstick pan, and I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in here. I want to show you this dispenser. So it's got measurements on the side, and then you squeeze and the olive oil comes in so that you can measure the amount of olive oil you're putting in, which you tend to put too much in, which adds tons of calories. So that's something that I'm kind of watching. I'm not calorie counting per se, but I like to kind of keep an eye on that. So, okay, so I'm going to crack 2 eggs once that heats up just a little bit. I'll give it just a second. And then I'm going to go ahead and core my apple. So this is our apple core, and it's really cool. It's got a serrated edge at the bottom, which is super sharp, and you put it through the middle. Okay, put it through the middle, and then you push it down. And then you turn it just a little bit. And then you pop this up, and then the core comes out, which I'm going to throw in the trash so I don't end up with it on the counter. But it's super simple, and check that out. Then I'd be perfect to make like pies and things like that. But for me, I don't want to eat around the seeds, so it just makes it super easy. So I'm going to grab one of my knives. They are right behind you. My knives are all over the place because everybody is home right now and using everything, which is great. But my stuff ends up kind of all over the place, which again is really cool. I just have to locate everything. Okay, so I'm gonna do just a quick chop on those. I'll probably eat half and then maybe decide if I want the other half later. So, okay, so my olive oil is all warmed up, and I prefer jumbo eggs because why not get the biggest bang for your buck? If I'm really hungry, sometimes I eat 3. Usually I eat 2, and then I just scramble them in the pan. Hands off real quick. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I use kosher salt. It brings out the flavor. So sometimes without salt, it just doesn't have a lot of flavor to it. Okay, let me find a good stirring and I knock things over. Here's the spatula. I love these spatulas and the nonstick pan. I'll tell you about that in a second, but I love the spatulas because yes, they're white, which is concerning, but I have used them now for like 2 years, maybe a little bit longer, and they don't stain. So I use them with eggs all the time. They never turn yellow. I use them with things like blueberries and things like that have super pigmented colors, which are super healthy and great, but they do tend to periodically stain things, and I haven't found that these stain at all, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my eggs real quick. I like to keep them stirring because I don't like the brown on the bottom of the eggs. I think it just kind of tastes funny. So I don't know, maybe that's silly, but and they cook really fast if you get your pan hot enough, so you can cook them in like a minute or 2, which is awesome. Okay, so there go my eggs. Try and put that over here. Okay, so I have my apple, which I think I'll probably eat half, and then I'm going to do a bag of veggies because especially on the weekends, as far as veggies go, I do a really good job of eating my veggies normally, but as the day progresses, I'm going to be less interested in eating them. So I figure if I start off the day eating my veggies, then I'm good to go. So I got my bag of veggies, and then I've got some oatmeal here too, and a cup of coffee that I will be brewing in just a minute. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for popping in and watching my live. Bye everybody.